This is Brett with German Autohaus, and today we have a 2008 BMW 335i. The vehicle was recently at another repair facility. They had to replace the DME, main engine computer, and also had to replace the fuel injectors. The other shop believed that the injectors somehow backfed the ECU and caused an issue, which fried the main engine computer, or DME. And I don't know if I haven't really heard that happening before, but it's not off the table. But typically we do see ECU failures and injector failures in this chassis and this engine, N54 engines. Well, so the customer brought it to us because the other repair facility couldn't proceed with the injector quantity compensation or the ECU programming. So we do have ISTA. We're certified, well, actually licensed with BMW North America to do immobilizer, programming, coding, whatnot. So we have almost all the full capability that the dealership that has. And we just recently completed programming the new DME, which was successful. And right now we're on the step of starting to do the injector quantity compensation. And what this is each of the injectors, they're not like a standard style injector to where, you know, like a typical 23 pound with, say, direct port injection. With direct injection, especially with these BMW engines, they have a precise amount that the fuel injectors are calibrated to for precision fuel injection. So it's not just a guesstimated amount, it's an actual true value. And when you install these injectors, you have to know exactly what the values are when you install them. Otherwise, it's a guessing game that you're never going to win. So what we're looking at is, on these injectors, you have, those are the quantity compensation values. And this is an N54 style injector. The other newer models vary a little bit, they're a little bit skinnier, but same thing, they have an injection quantity on them. And those numbers are the key numbers that you need to know. Without those numbers, again, it's a guessing game that you're not going to win. And at this step, ISTA is now telling us that it is ready for us to input the injection quantity numbers for each cylinder. And I have read off the actual quantity on the injectors that the customer purchased. And so I'm going to put in these values one by one for each cylinder, start the process, and see what happens. And hopefully this customer's vehicle will start. Hopefully it will not only start but run like it should. We're not really certain right now at the moment what's going to happen, but let's put these values in and see where this goes. Well, the injector calibration went through okay. It accepted the values, didn't run into any issues. As you can see, this is like a snapshot of, this is the network topology of the vehicle. Most connection, which is your fiber, K-can, PT-can. And as you can see here, these little green check marks, that's the DME, digital motor electronics, that's the main ECU. Program that, as you can see, successful. CTM, convertible top module, for the convertible top function. It had to, that was part of the course with programming the DME, so that was part of that. And also with the DME is the CAS module, the car access module, and coding and programming of that completed successfully. So as of right now, it's still trucking through the process, but as we'll see here momentarily once it's wrapped up, finally finished. Hopefully we'll get a vehicle that starts, so let's see what happens. And she completed successfully. There were a couple of faults that came in post process. One for the AUC sensor, which is the detects ambient temperature for climate control, internal climate control. And there was a fault for that, and watchdog timer, or a timing fault for communication between the instrument cluster and the DME. And you'll sometimes get those when you have a module drop offline, because you got to remember it's an entire computer network, and if you have one client suddenly drop off, all the other guys are going to freak out and go, hey, where are you at? Or if you get it programmed and resynced, not fully synced, the timing may be off. And timing with network related things is very, very critical. Not only with a high-end computer network from a large company or something like that, but even down to your BMW. They require IT level knowledge to an extent, especially when it comes to these complex networks, and they're getting more complicated as time goes on. But yeah, let's see how she starts. Let's see what happens. Let's do a quick key cycle. Start her up. Hey, we have a car again. No more dead ECM. Injectors are working fine. So, yeah. So it looks like we've successfully completed this. And with the injectors, apologies, it's kind of loud, but the injectors are located right there. There's cylinder 2, cylinder 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it's kind of hard to read the injection quantity on them, but it is legible. You can see it without too much fuss. But yeah, so it looks like this was a success. I have another customer happy and back on the road with their vehicle, potentially saving them now a lot of money, because we were thinking that things could have been worse. But yeah, so job well done.